Archangel Michael says, there's a sound only your soul hears, one that doesn't echo for others, and that's because your origin is unlike theirs. Since childhood, you've always felt it, the invisible veil between your truth and the world's noise. You were born into a realm that never truly welcomed the fire in your eyes. You were placed here not to blend, but to burn brighter than the rest. Even in rooms filled with voices, silence follows you like a shadow, because your spirit does not belong to them. There is something ancient in your blood, something time cannot erase or bury. You've asked silently, why do I not fit in? The answer is because you weren't created to follow the known patterns. Your design is from a realm where the light isn't seen, but felt, and few people can understand what you carry. Archangel Michael says, you have awakened in a world that isn't prepared for your clarity. You remember things that were never taught, you dream things that later become truth. That is no accident, it's divine programming stitched into your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This journey you're walking is not a punishment, it's a preparation. You're being trained to walk into rooms not to seek validation, but to be the answer everyone didn't know they needed. And because of this, you've been misunderstood. You cry for no reason sometimes because your spirit is remembering pain from generations ago. Your ancestors speak through the shivers down your spine, through your random laughter, your sudden fear, and your uncanny knowing. You've inherited a spiritual voice others cannot hear. When you feel like the walls are closing in, it's not the world pushing you, it's your destiny pulling you to higher ground. The storm you're in is not to destroy you, it's to strip away what was never yours to carry. Your difference is divine. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You were born to break something. A pattern, a curse, a silence, or a system. And you feel that pressure every single day. That's why nothing comes easily to you, because you're the beginning of something powerful. They stare. Not because you're strange, but because your soul glows in a frequency they can't translate. You feel tired not just because of stress, but because spiritual downloads are exhausting your physical vessel. You were encoded to carry energy others can't. Archangel Michael says, there is royalty in your steps and thunder in your words. When you speak, even if no one reacts, your vibration shifts things in the atmosphere. You silence demons by just being in the room. They try to provoke you because they can't access you. That's what your whole life has been, spiritual warfare wearing human faces. You've endured things that would have broken others, yet you're still standing, and that terrifies them. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You weren't made for small talk and shallow moments. That's why people who tried to stay in your life couldn't handle your depth. They were prepared for the surface, but you bring oceans. You've often wondered why love feels so distant or incomplete. It's because your soul has loved deeply across lifetimes, and this world often feels like a poor substitute. But the one who recognizes your true self is closer than ever before. You're the one who uplifts others, heals them, understands their pain, but then cries alone in silence. That's because healers are rarely tended to, yet you keep rising. You're a spiritual first responder, and the realm above knows it. You're not emotional, you're energetic. You feel what others suppress, and you reflect what they refuse to acknowledge. You're a mirror with ancient memory and divine clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You may feel disconnected from your family because they only know your earthly form, not your spiritual identity. That's why there's tension, distance, misunderstanding. Your soul signed a different contract before birth. The people closest to you often don't get you because your light exposes what they've hidden. You are a truth teller in a world addicted to illusions. You are a mirror that reflects people's unhealed wounds. And now something sacred is shifting. There's a portal opening. And you've already felt it, through restless nights, heavy dreams, sudden tears. You're not imagining it. The divine realm is rearranging timelines for you. You are not being abandoned, you are being repositioned. The isolation, the betrayal, the rejections, all were meant to strip you of what can't walk into your next chapter. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There is someone about to re-enter your life, not by accident, but by divine design. This person carries a piece of your spiritual story, and they were delayed until your vibration aligned with theirs. They have secrets to share. Your next breakthrough is not tied to effort, but to alignment. The moment you stop pretending to be normal and fully accept your sacred difference, the right doors will explode open. The key has always been your authenticity. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the time of hiding is over. Your gifts are not burdens. Your visions are not delusions. You are a vessel that Earth urgently needs. They will gossip, judge, and doubt, but none of that will matter, because you're entering a season where divine protection shields you from everything petty. Your light will offend the unready, and that's perfectly fine. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Every mistake you made was calculated in your divine design. Your failures weren't failures, they were redirections toward the truth of your purpose. You were never lost, just recalibrating. There's a contract in the heavens with your name written in fire. No one can cancel what God sealed before time began. That's why you've been under attack. It's not because you're weak, but because you're marked. They said you were too sensitive. But what they missed was, you are spiritually receptive. You feel storms before they come, and you speak peace even while others panic. You often feel like you're in two worlds at once, because you are. Your soul has the ability to access the divine realm while navigating Earth, and that's what makes your existence so powerful. And painful. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You've spent so many nights asking yourself why things haven't yet changed, but you've been growing roots in secret, and now the breakthrough will erupt suddenly. A shift in energy is beginning tonight. Your difference was never a curse, it was your crown. You've been moving silently, but now your presence will echo across dimensions. The realm of light is assigning new missions to your soul. Someone who once hurt you is watching you in silent awe. They thought they broke you, but they only awakened your warrior side. Soon, they will attempt to come back, but you won't even need closure. They will see the elevation and not understand how you rose without revenge. But your path was never about revenge, it's about revelation. You've been selected for a rare awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. There's a reason you feel everything before it happens. You're not paranoid, you're prophetic. Your energy warns you about people long before your eyes do. Soon, you'll be rewarded for every moment you chose silence over retaliation. Every tear will become a seed, and every disappointment will turn into divine compensation. Your chapter of suffering is closing. The people who left you behind are about to feel the distance, not in geography, but in vibration. You're ascending, and they can't access the place you're going. Let them go. You've always wondered where your real tribe is. They're coming, not just as friends, but as mirrors to your divine identity. The soul family you've been praying for has already been dispatched. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. You're not crazy. You're spiritually coded. You don't fit into this world because you were never from it. You were placed here to light up systems, collapse old patterns, and birth new ones. Your name is known in the divine realm. Angels have whispered about you in holy meetings. That's why your path seems lonely, because you're meant to lead, not follow. Archangel Michael says, stop trying to explain yourself to people who have no access to your frequency. Their confusion is proof of your calling. Your light was meant to disturb the darkness. There's a moment approaching where all things will make sense, the pain, the people, the path, it will all align into purpose. And when it does, your heart will finally exhale. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. You are the prayer your ancestors cried for, the vision they carried but couldn't complete. You are the fulfillment of a lineage that didn't die, it simply transformed through you. You are the living proof that the story didn't end. You've survived what should have killed your spirit. You've risen from betrayals that left emotional scars. And now, because of that, you'll walk in a glory others only dream about. You are not broken, you are reborn. And this time, you will not shrink. This time, you will not explain yourself. This time, you will own who you've always been. Heaven is celebrating what earth is still catching up to. Soon, people will begin to see what the divine has always known. The spotlight was never meant to find you, you were born carrying it. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. Your silence has been louder than your words because your energy speaks for you. People have always noticed something in you that they couldn't quite explain. It intimidated some and inspired others. You've been a storm wrapped in calm, and now the sky itself is about to respond. The realm you came from operates on frequency, not form. You are here not just to change situations, but to change atmospheres. That's why wherever you go, energy shifts. People feel uneasy, or incredibly safe, because your spirit reveals what is hidden. You're not just walking into this next chapter, you're activating it. Each step you take is unlocking promises that were delayed but not denied. Every delay you faced was just the divine syncing things perfectly. Your aura has begun to expand in strength and clarity. People who once overlooked you will suddenly seek your guidance. They won't understand the glow, but they will feel its pull. Type Amen to get blessing 2111. A powerful transformation has already begun inside of you. You can't explain it, but your soul knows that something big is about to be born. It feels like pressure, but it's really preparation. You've always felt older than your age because your soul carries ancient codes. You're a divine disruptor, someone who awakens others just by existing. You don't need to speak loudly, your presence is already a command. Someone close to you will soon be shocked at the new version of you. You are no longer entertaining things that drain you, you are no longer watering dead situations. You have finally understood what to release, and that understanding has made you dangerous to darkness. No one can guilt you into staying small anymore, your wings have torn through the cage. Type Amen to get blessing 2333. This month will not end the same way it began. The shift that's coming will rewrite your narrative. You will look back and be grateful for every betrayal that pushed you toward your true path. They said you changed, and you did, you evolved. You outgrew the masks. And now you're ready to live unapologetically in your light, you're about to receive answers to questions you forgot you even asked. The universe has been lining up miracles while you were focused on surviving. What's coming will make you weep, not from pain, but from divine realization. Archangel Michael says, you were always meant to be different. That difference is your signature, not your flaw. It's what heaven recognizes you by. Type Amen to get blessing 2555. This is the last season where people will misunderstand you. From now on, those who remain in your space will either align or disappear. Your energy will no longer allow anything artificial to stay. You're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. The setbacks, the waiting, the uncertainty, it was all divine timing cloaked in silence. The fog is lifting now. You felt a pull to isolate because spirit was detoxing your circle. You needed to disconnect to hear the higher guidance clearly. That guidance is now pouring into your life like light through an open sky. You're about to make decisions that your past self would have been afraid to make. But you've outgrown fear, you've outgrown hesitation. Your spirit is now leading with confidence. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. Every version of you that had to break is what allowed the real you to surface. You didn't lose yourself, you released the illusions. Now, the world will see what heaven has always celebrated. That pain you endured wasn't wasted. It created power. It built depth, it gave you spiritual authority. That's why you'll soon speak, and chains will break without effort. They used to mock your silence, but soon they'll envy your peace, peace that isn't tied to circumstances, but to your divine connection. You now walk with clarity they'll never comprehend. You are not the same person who started this journey, you've been spiritually upgraded. And that upgrade is now manifesting as divine opportunities, unexpected blessings, and supernatural favor. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. Don't be surprised when the same people who doubted you come back amazed. You're not here to prove them wrong, you're here to prove divine purpose right. And you're doing it effortlessly. You will soon receive something you once begged for, but this time, you'll be strong enough to hold it. Your heart has matured, your soul has expanded, and your spirit has stabilized. No one saw the private wars you fought, the sleepless nights, the silent screams, but heaven did. And now, compensation is coming in ways that defy logic. This is the divine reward season. The world will see, but only you will know the full story. You'll carry it with grace, not ego. That's why you were chosen. Type Amen to get blessing 3222. Archangel Michael says, everything that once confused you is about to become confirmation. You will suddenly understand why you were delayed, why you were isolated, why you had to break. your new chapter is already writing itself. The people, the blessings, the doors, they're not just coming, they're being sent. And they carry your spiritual signature. The pain was real, but so is the promise. You'll soon realize that nothing was random. You were always being positioned for this very moment. You will not repeat the past. You've been refined by fire. And now you rise as pure gold. Stronger, bolder, wiser. Type Amen to get blessing 3444. Now you know why you were so different all along. You're not just another person, you're a divine appointment. You were never meant to fit, because you were created to shift. This world isn't worthy of the purity you carry, yet you remain here, changing it, lifting it, healing it. Just your presence corrects the energy in broken places. You were misunderstood because your calling is rare. You were rejected because your energy demands truth. And now, you will be honored because your time has come. Stand tall. Walk proud. The light inside you is finally ready to shine so bright, no shadow can stand it. Type Amen to get blessing 3999. Your soul carries ancient blueprints that even your mind hasn't fully unlocked yet. But now, the codes are awakening one by one, and your path is shifting in silence. Things will begin to make sense without explanation, because the divine intelligence within you is now active. You'll walk into rooms and sense the truth behind smiles. You'll feel the tension behind words. You'll know when something's off even before it happens, because your spirit is wired for spiritual signals, not surface illusions. Your future is already formed in the unseen, and every step you take from this moment will begin to uncover it. You are no longer following maps, you're creating them. Others will follow where you've gone. You've walked through fires no one saw and emerged without smoke. That's how powerful your protection is, and soon, the world will witness the glow that fire gave you. Type Amen to get blessing 4111. There's a gift in your hands that was hidden until now. You're about to touch people's lives in ways you never imagined. Your words, your presence, your very essence will begin to transform what's broken around you. You are the kind of light darkness pretends doesn't exist, until it walks into you and shatters. Your life itself is a portal to a higher frequency, and you will now start attracting others on that same divine path. People will suddenly want to be around you. Not for who you used to be, but for who you've become. And still, you'll know who is real, because your spirit can no longer be fooled. Every loss, every rejection, every delay served one purpose, to reveal to you how unstoppable you are without anything but faith. Type Amen to get blessing 4333. You've been tested in silence, attacked without cause. Misjudged by people who didn't have the depth to see your soul. And yet, you kept loving, kept walking, kept rising. That endurance didn't go unnoticed. Heaven has tallied your tears and weighed your pain. And now the reward is arriving like a storm of light. You're going to see sudden changes in your life, relationships falling away. Money flowing in, clarity hitting your mind like lightning. That's not chaos, it's divine reordering. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. What once felt like confusion will soon look like orchestration. Type Amen to get blessing 4440. You are an energy being, in a physical world, and that's why your life has always felt layered. But now, your higher self is fully stepping into control. That means miracles, alignments, and protection will become your new normal. What they thought would break you only made your light expand. What they thought would silence you only made your voice stronger. And now, your presence will shift even your enemies. Your purpose is no longer in waiting mode. You've entered your activation era. Things will now unfold faster, cleaner, and divinely guided. Archangel Michael says, the realm of angels is moving things in your favor, faster than your fear can keep up. Trust what you feel, even if it makes no sense. Type Amen to get blessing 4666. Your uniqueness is not just physical, it's vibrational. You attract or repel people based on their readiness to elevate. Don't grieve what leaves you, let it go in peace. Soon, the life you once envisioned will look small compared to what's actually coming. You were never asking for too much, you were just speaking into a future others couldn't see. Now the spotlight will find you without you chasing it. You've been hidden, refined, and reshaped. And soon, your unveiling will be breathtaking, you will begin to glow without effort. Your words will heal people you didn't even know were watching. That's how divine overflow works. Type Amen to get blessing 4888. All your, why me, moments are being rewritten into, thank God it was me. You'll look back and laugh at the things that once made you cry, because you'll finally see how chosen you were all along. Your next season will not require hustle, but harmony. You will attract opportunities without begging, you will be invited, not tolerated. You will be celebrated, not silenced. A major divine confirmation is coming through a stranger soon. Someone will speak a sentence to you, and your spirit will recognize it as a message from the divine. Watch closely. Your old life is falling apart because your real life is rising from within. Let it collapse. Let it all go. You are ready now. Type Amen to get blessing 4999. There is someone, somewhere, praying for someone like you right now. You are the answer to prayers you haven't heard, you are the solution to problems you didn't create, but were born to fix. Don't rush what's forming, it's bigger than you imagine. The right timing is being crafted with surgical precision, that's why it hasn't happened yet. Every day you rise now, declare, I receive alignment, not just movement. Because movement without alignment is just exhaustion, but alignment? That brings unstoppable flow. From this moment on, expect divine interruptions, phone calls, messages, meetings, signs. Your new chapter isn't waiting, it's breaking through. Type Amen to get blessing 5111. People will soon say, you changed, and you'll smile, because you know the truth, you returned to who you always were before the world tried to shape you. Your inner world is glowing now, that's why your outer world is shifting. Environments that once felt safe will now feel too small, too noisy, too fake. You are now allergic to anything not aligned, you can't fake smiles anymore. You can't sit in energy that's not pure. And that's not isolation, it's elevation. Your destiny is not behind you, it's bursting through you. And it's time the world saw what heaven has been preparing. Type Amen to get blessing 5333. You are not just awakening, you are remembering. And with that memory comes power. You now remember who you are, where you come from, and why this world never felt like home, Every word spoken over you that tried to limit you is being reversed. Every label they tried to stick to you is falling off. And what's emerging is truth. You've been living quietly, but now you will rise loudly. Not in noise, but in purpose. Not in pride, but in divine boldness. Your story is about to shock the people who thought they knew you. Because they only saw your pain. But they never saw your power. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. You've been carrying energy that doesn't belong to you. Pain from generations, grief from others, fears from the past, but that burden is lifting now. The chains are falling. You're being called to heal not just yourself, but your bloodline. The cycles stop with you. The patterns end with you. You are the interruption. You are not cursed, you are called. You're not unlucky, you're anointed. That's why you couldn't be destroyed, that's why you're still here. Now is the moment where you stop apologizing for your light. Let it shine, let it burn. Let it lead. You were born for this. Type Amen to get blessing 5999. You are divine energy in motion, and your path is now unstoppable. What took years to build will now happen in days. The speed of heaven is different than the speed of man. Let go of what you think should happen. Be ready for what you can't even imagine, because that's where the miracles live. Soon, people will ask, "How did you do it?" And you'll simply smile, knowing it wasn't you, it was what was always inside you, finally awakened. You're not just different. You're divinely coded, and that code is now active. Nothing will be the same again. Type Amen to get blessing 6111.